AppWork is one of our founding sponsors. Much more than maintenance, AppWork is advanced business intelligence. Streamline maintenance workflows and keep an eye on the leaderboard as your service teams enjoy the gamification of maintenance. Visit appworkco.com and transform your productivity today.
Hey there. Today's quick thought for a maintenance mindset comes to us from author James Clear. Now, I actually read this quote and it rattled around in my brain for a little while. And the more and more I think about it, the more application opportunities that I see for this to change our behavior. You see, the quote is, communication is about what's received, not what's intended. This takes to heart for me as a presenter. When I'm up on stage or in front of a group of people, or even when I'm doing a small class with a couple of maintenance technicians teaching a new skill, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I intend for the audience to learn, whether it's a big group or a small one or two, or even an individual mentoring session. It doesn't matter what I intended for them to learn. What matters is what they actually do learn. But how can I, as an instructor, how can I, as a speaker, how can I, as a communicator, know what they're going to learn? My only answer to that is pay attention. My dad, when I began teaching, I've spoken before, he was an instructor in the Air Force, and we were talking about a similar concept one day. And he says, son, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. That means when you're using your mouth, you should be listening twice as hard to what you say, and then twice as hard to what your audience says back to you. Now, that can be in the form of silence. That can be in the form of a look on their forehead or in their eyes. If you're paying attention to what your audience, the person receiving your communication, tells you back, you begin to get an insight into what is actually being communicated. This can apply to us when we're on site as well. When we go into a resident's apartment, what are we communicating? How do you carry yourself? Are you confident in the task that you're about to do, or do you have questions? When we write the note or leave the text message or send the email or send the communication about the work order that we just did, it's not what we intend for our resident to see. It's what they actually see. We each have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Listen twice as hard what you are saying. Listen twice as hard to what your audience is saying. Because, as James Clear said, it's not about what I intend for them to hear. It's what they actually do. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the week. Thanks again, and I'll see you somewhere.